So, hello everyone, and welcome to this detailed overview of the Indian budget 2024-25. So, in this particular video, we will explore the highlights of the budget, which outlines a roadmap for achieving the Viksit Bharat or Developed India. So, this budget mainly focuses on various sectors which aimed at fostering economic growth, social development, and sustainability. So the central theme of the budget is the concept of Viksit Bharat, with a special focus on major four key groups. Number one is Mahalaएं, which is women. Number two is Garib, means poor. Number three is Yuva, which is representing our youth. And number three is Annadata, which refers to the farmers. So firstly, let's talk about the agriculture and farmers' welfare. And here are some of the key points which government enlist in the budget. The number one is vegetable production and supply chain. In this section, the government will promote farmer producer organizations like FPOs, the cooperatives, and startups to improve the collection, storage, and marketing of vegetables, ensuring better income for the farmers. The second one is new crop varieties. In this year, the government has introduced 109 new highly yielding and climate resistant varieties of 32 major crops, and these varieties have been released to help the farmers deal with climate change and increase productivity. The next one is national cooperation policy. The new policy will be developed to support the growth of the cooperative sector, ensuring systematic and orderly development of the corporate sectors. The next key highlight is Atmanirbharta in oilseeds. The government is focusing on self-reliance in oilseeds like mustard, groundnut, sesame, soybean, and sunflower to reduce dependency on imports. The next one is natural farming. Over 1 crore farmers will be initiated into natural farming with support for certification and branding, making farmers more sustainable and profitable. So this would going to be more profitable and more sustainable for the farmers by adopting the natural farming practices. The government will also take the initiative step in a digital public infrastructure, uh, and it will cover farmers and digital crop surveys, which will be conducted in almost 400 districts, which will improve the data accuracy and support for farmers. Now let's move on to the employment and skilling. So one key highlight in this section is women in workforce. Working women hostels and crèches will be set up in collaboration with industries to support women in the workforce. The second key highlight is wage support. A 1 month wage will be provided to new entrants in all formal sectors as an incentives. The third one is job creation schemes. The employers will receive government initiatives to generate employment. The government will support EPFO contributions and provide skilling program for the. The fourth one is higher education loans. The government has initiated the financial support which will be provided to students through government promoted funds and direct e-vouchers for higher education loans, and it will making education more accessible for the students. The next one is human resource development and social justice. In this, total three key highlights have been discussed. The number one is Pravodya initiative. In this initiative, the government will focus on economic development of eastern states like Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh, which aiming to bring these regions on par with more developed part of the country. The second one is tribal welfare. In the tribal welfare, the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan aims to improve the socio-economic conditions of tribal communities through targeted programs. The third one is infrastructure is northeast. The more branches of India Post Payment Bank will be set up to enhance financial inclusion in the northeast region of the country. Now let's talk about the manufacturing and services. So in manufacturing and services, three major key highlights have been discussed. Number one is industrial parks. In this, the development under National Industrial Corridor Development Program will continue, which will boost manufacturing and industrial growth. The second highlight is the internship opportunities. So it has been discussed that the internship in top companies will be provided for 1 crore youth over 5 years, just to enhance the skills and employability. The third key highlight in this section is support for MSMEs. It means the enhanced credit support and the new assessment models will be introduced for MSMEs, which ensure their growth and sustainability. Moving on to urban development, there are four key highlights have been discussed. The number one is stamp duty reduction. The states are encouraged to lower stamp duties for properties purchased by women and promoting gender equality in property ownership. The second highlight is weekly markets. The development of 100 street food hubs in selected cities will support small businesses and create local employment. The third highlight is transit-oriented development. In this section, plans for 14 large cities will promote urban development, improving public transport and reducing congestion. The fourth highlight is PM Awas Yojana Urban 2.0. The significant investment will address housing needs, ensuring affordable housing for all. In the energy security sections, the government has discussed on two major key highlights. The number one is renewable energy. Number two is electricity for household. In the renewable energy, government will take initiatives for nuclear energy, commercial plants, and energy audits for industrial clusters. For industrial clusters, will enhance energy security and sustainability. In the electricity for households, our 1 crore households will receive free electricity up to 300 units per month, which will reducing energy costs for the and it will reduce the energy cost for the poor. On to the infrastructure. There are two major key points have been discussed. The first one is road connectivity. The second one is irrigation and flood mitigation. In the road connectivity, phase 4 of the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana will provide all-weather connectivities to 25,000 rural habitations, which will improve access to markets and services. In this irrigation and flood mitigation section, the financial support will be provided for major projects, including the Kosi Mechi interest rate link, which leads to enhanced irrigation and flood control. So now let's talk about the innovation, research and development. In this section, the total two aspects have been discussed. Number one is Anusandhan National Research Fund and Space Economy. In the Anusandhan National Research Fund, the funds will support basic research and prototype development, driving innovation in which will drive innovation in various fields. In the space economy, a venture capital fund will be set up to support innovation in space sectors, which fostering the growth in the high-tech industries. So under the next generation reforms, there are two key highlights have been discussed by the government. Number one is land reforms, number two is climate finance. In the land reform, a unique land parcel identification number will be introduced and land records will be digitized, which will improve the transparency and and reducing disputes. In the climate finance, the capital availability for climate adaptation and mitigation investigations will be enhanced, which will support sustainable development. The government also simplifies the new tax designs, where if the annual income is up to 3 lakh, you do not have to pay any income tax. And if your income is between 3 lakh to 7 lakh, you will be taxed at 5%. For the income between 7 lakh to 10 lakh, you will be taxed at 10%. And for the income between 10 lakh to 12 lakh, you will be taxed at 15%. And in case of the income between 12 lakh and 15 lakh, you will be taxed at 20%. And the person who is earning the income which is above 15 lakh, you will be taxed at 30%. The second one is capital gains tax changes. The budget had proposed significant changes to taxation of capital gains, which is aiming to simplify the tax structures and encourage investments. In the short term, gains from financial assets will attract a 20% tax rate. Long term gains on all financial and non financial assets will attract a tax rate of 12.5%, and the limit of exemption of capital gains on financial assets has been increased to 1.25 lakh per year. The third one is sector specific customs duty proposals. To enhance the competitiveness of various sectors and support domestic manufacturing, the budget has introduced several changes in custom duties. The basic custom duty on mobile phones, mobile PCBA, which is printed circuit board assembly, and the chargers has been reduced to 15%. The customs duty on gold and silvers has been reduced to 6%, and on platinum it is reduced to 6.4%.
BCD on shrimps and fish feed has been reduced to 5% to enhance competitiveness in marine exports. The more capital goods for the manufacturing of solar cells and panels has been exempted from customs duties to support the energy transition. The custom duties have been fully exempted on 25 critical minerals to support various strategic sectors. So these changes in the tax regime, aim to simplify tax compliance, reduce the tax burden on individuals and businesses, and promote investment in key sectors. So this balanced approach ensures that both taxpayers and the economy benefits from these reforms. In the conclusion, this budget aims to support growth that benefits everyone, create more jobs, and promote sustainable development in various areas. So it carefully balances spending wisely with making targeted investments to help India reach its goals of becoming a developed nation. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this kind of important topics. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.